Have you ever wanted to just know what to do? Like the rules of the game, so you felt you had a chance of winning in this game of life? Carol Davis can be your virtual navigator, as she has traveled around the world and been at the lowest of lows. From living in a beautiful home to being a full-time resident on a park bench to a life that is full and rich and giving and peaceful. Join Carol, a published author, teacher, and in-demand public speaker. Welcome to the Carol Davis Show.
But I guess that could be another stage, because honestly, if you sat me down and said, "What's wrong, Carol? Why are you so angry?" I had no idea. No idea whatsoever. It's just, I can only say it felt like still something was missing inside of me. And the hole I described to you that started when I was a small child just continued to grow. And the icy wind got icier and stronger. And it was just a discontent inside of me that I can't describe. I cannot tell you the source of it to this day. I still don't know. It was just something was wrong. And then in high school, I started ditching school a lot, which was confusing to educators because I was a straight A student and I just simply didn't go to school. I hated school. Often I would miss school for weeks and then show up and take the test and get A's. Confused everyone, including me, but I just thought it was all a joke. Life was a joke, and I didn't care much about anything. And the whole gruel. And I can remember being with my friends, and I was in a sorority, and we hung out a lot with a large group of girls, and we'd be walking down the streets, and everyone's laughing, and I could be funny and laugh with all of them, but I wasn't happy. I just knew how to act like everyone acted that I was with. Whatever crowd I was hanging with, I could dress like them, I could talk like them. I was a chameleon. Anybody. I had friends, drug addict friends who never went to school. I'd hang with them off the, the low riders, we called them then, and the socials at school, the cheerleaders and the rah-rah-rah, and I could be any of them. But I can remember again walking down the street with my friends, and everybody's laughing like schoolgirls do, high school girls, ha ha ha, and we're all laughing. But inside, I'm thinking about what it'd feel like if I had some bricks I could throw through these windows. So everyone's having a good time, and for no reason whatsoever, none. I want to know, what would it feel like to throw bricks through the windows in the stores we were passing. My girlfriends, they're looking at all the clothes, and oh, they want to buy this and they want to buy that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I want to throw bricks. You see, that kind of anger, I'm not sure I know where it came from, and it just kept getting worse. Now it's starting to be recognizable by my family, but still the outside world doesn't see it, just my family. They don't know what to do with me, so they let me leave home at 16, and I left home at 16 and they just couldn't deal with it. They said goodbye. I was on probation still till I was 18. My parents took a big risk to let me leave, but they couldn't handle it anymore. The only other option was to turn me in and I would go to jail. And they couldn't deal with that, so they let me go. And I was finished with high school, and I just started wandering around. Now, the world still didn't see it. I was still just, I'm free and I'm happy-go-lucky, and I got a job and life was good. I partied a lot, I drank a lot, and I think that kind of quieted the madness. I can remember my first drink of alcohol, that hole got filled up, and so the madness was quieted for a while. But then later on, through the years, people started to notice the anger, and I still don't know. So I'm still trying to answer this question the viewers sent in, by the way, what is anger? And I don't know except how to explain, what happened to me, because I don't think what is an angry person? I was an angry person, which I'm going to differentiate now between getting angry and being an angry person. What I have been describing to you the last several minutes is how an angry person develops. I became an angry person. I became angry to the point 24/7. The whole world now knew I was angry. I had lost all my friends. I was no longer able to work, and I was angry 24/7. I was homicidal and suicidal. Now that's an angry person, and it's not hard to recognize. Just the question the viewer asked was, how do you recognize anger? Well, Hello, this was not hard to recognize. We don't know what's wrong with you, but stay away from us. Okay. And so that's how I ended up on the, on a park bench, sleeping on the park bench where I was quite comfortable. Now that's an angry person. And what I've become now is a person who can get angry, but I'm not an angry person. And a lot of the steps to get rid of that anger, it's not easy. You can't say, I couldn't say. Maybe you can. But I couldn't say, okay, I think I just won't be an angry person anymore. You know what? That didn't work for me because honestly, I never wanted to be that person. I really just wanted to be a loving, kind, caring person. I cared about people. But I didn't understand how life worked. I didn't understand that it was how life was treating me, because part of that was my idea, and I don't know where I learned it, that the world owed me a living. The world owed me something. I grew up in the 60s, and it was all about, change and not being responsible for myself, and I didn't ask to be born anyway, and who cares if I took my parents into bankruptcy? Hey, they made the decision to have me. They can clean up my messes. That's how I felt, and I just devastated everyone who ever crossed my path. I used and abused through anger everyone who crossed my path. So, the viewer who sent in that question, I don't know if I'm helping you or not, but what I did to become who I am today was sunshine, but free of being an angry person. What I did is, a lot of it's described in my book, Changeless Change. Changeless Change. And in fact, we're going to go over some of the chapters in here today, I think, on this angry subject. It's a good topic, anger, but there's so many people out there. I call it the hidden anger. The hidden anger. And I think in a previous session I asked, whose life are you living? Because I think that's another source of that hidden anger, where people are able to keep it together during the day, especially in the workplace. They can be very successful CEOs of companies and just do an amazing job, and everybody loves them. And they go home, and like I said, it's mass destruction. That's a kind of anger that's hard to recognize. And I think that comes from what I talked about in other sessions of just never knowing who you are and always trying to live life the way society taught you it should be lived. Perhaps, maybe you didn't have the parents who wanted you to be a doctor. They said, honey, be whatever you want, we support you. But as you're growing up, we hear things. We hear things on the radio, the TV, we hear them from our peers, we hear them from society. It's all about sometimes you need to do this, you need to do that, and you should do this, and you should do that.
Are you ready to get off the bench and into the game of life? If so, join Carol weekly right here at The Carol Davis Show.